Welcome to EFFector from the Electronic Frontier Foundation. This is the audio edition of EFF's email newsletter geared towards keeping you on the bleeding edge of your digital rights. This is EFFector Volume 37, Issue 5, titled The Insidious Effort to Privatize Public Airwaves. This issue was published in May 2025, and I'm your host, membership advocate Christian Romero. Let's start with our top features. First up, the FCC must reject efforts to lock up public airwaves. A proposal being championed by the National Association of Broadcasters would effectively privatize the public airwaves in the US, allowing broadcasters to encrypt over-the-air programming. To watch those encrypted shows, viewers would need to buy a new TV with built-in DRM keys. It's a tax on American TV viewers, forcing you to buy a new TV so you can continue to access a public resource you already own. For our last feature, the Kids Online Safety Act will make the internet worse for everyone. The Kids Online Safety Act, also known as KOSA, is back in the Senate. Sponsors are claiming, again, that this latest version won't censor online content. This just isn't true. This bill sets up a censorship regime disguised as duty of care, and it will do what previous versions threatened: suppress lawful, important speech online, especially for young people. Now, let's roll through some EFF updates. First up, how Signal, WhatsApp, Apple, and Google handle encrypted chat backups. Encrypted chat apps like Signal and WhatsApp are some of the best ways to keep your digital conversations as private as possible. But if you're not careful with how those conversations are backed up, you can accidentally undermine your privacy. With that in mind, let's take a look at how several of the most popular chat apps handle backups, and what options you may have to strengthen the security of those backups. Next up, Montana becomes the first state to close the law enforcement data broker loophole. EFF applauds Montana for being the first state to close the data broker loophole and show the country that the Fourth Amendment is not for sale. This is a very good step in the right direction because right now, across the country, law enforcement routinely purchases information on individuals from data brokers it would otherwise need a warrant to obtain. Next up, the U.S. Copyright Office's draft report on AI training airs on fair use. Released amidst a set of controversial job terminations, the Copyright Office's report covers a wide range of issues with varying degrees of nuance. But on the core legal question, whether using copyrighted works to train Gen AI is fair use, it stumbles badly. The report misapplies long-settled fair use principles and ultimately puts a thumb on the scale in favor of copyright owners at the expense of creativity and innovation. Next up, in memoriam, John L. Young, CryptoMe co-founder. John was one of the early, under-recognized heroes of the digital age. He not only saw the promise of digital technology to help democratize access to information, he brought that idea into being and nurtured it for many years. We will miss him and his unswerving commitment to the public's right to know. For our last update, our How to Fix the Internet podcast returns. EFF's How to Fix the Internet is back for its 6th season. Check out our first 2 episodes, featuring conversations with Molly White about working towards human-centered internet, and Kate Bertash of the Digital Defense Fund on reclaiming digital and bodily autonomy. And now we've got a couple announcements. First up, EFF's 17th Annual Cyberlaw Trivia Night. On Thursday, June 5th, the Bay Area's best legal minds gather in support of online freedom as we celebrate our 17th Annual Cyberlaw Trivia Night. EFF's crack team of legal experts will challenge participants to delve into their knowledge of obscure tech law monotony. Register your team today. Next up, EFF at Freedom Fest. EFF is excited to be at Freedom Fest for the first time in Palm Springs. If you're attending the event, be sure to stop by EFF's table in the exhibitor area, where we'll be spreading the word about our efforts to protect digital privacy and free expression online. Next up, Affecting Change, Pride in Digital Freedom. This Pride season, join our panel of experts on June 12th as they explore how emerging laws and platform policies affect the digital privacy and free expression rights of the LGBT+ community, and how this echoes the experience of marginalized people across the world. For our last announcement, EFF at Black Hat USA. We're also excited to be back in Las Vegas for Black Hat USA this August. EFF supporters can get discounts on various tickets by using code EFF when registering online. We'll see you there. Now, we have a few job openings to go through. First up, Policy and Research Staff Technologist. EFF is seeking a policy and research staff technologist to join our public interest technology team, defending encryption, outwitting sensors and trackers, and leading the way towards a better digital future. Plus, applications are now open for the fall 2025 legal intern class, with a deadline of June 30. EFF's legal internships provide law students with a unique opportunity to develop valuable skills and real world experience while working with a nationally recognized public interest law firm. Now, it's finally time to go through some mini links. This first one comes from the Register. Trump signs Take It Down law, meant to stop revenge porn. EFF's India McKinney explained to the Register how the recently passed Take It Down Act's flawed notice and takedown system poses grave threats to freedom of speech, including LGBTQ content and criticism of government officials online. This next one comes from State Scoop. Attorneys General urge Congress to reject irresponsible state AI law moratorium. EFF's Haley Tsukiyama detailed our opposition to a 10-year preemption of state AI regulation included in the U.S. House's Budget Reconciliation Bill. Quote, state lawmakers must be able to react to emerging issues, she wrote. Quote, EFF supports some bills to regulate AI and opposes others, but stopping states from acting at all puts a heavy thumb on the scale in favor of companies. Next, from Ars Technica, why console makers can legally brick your game console. Quote, unfortunately, bricking personal devices to limit users' rights and control their behavior is nothing new. EFF's Tori Noble told Ars Technica, quote, companies should not use EULAs to strip people of rights that we normally associate with ownership, like the right to tinker with or modify their own personal devices. This last mini link also comes from Ars Technica. Meta hypes AI friends as social media's future, but users want real connections. EFF's Cory Doctorow shared his vision for a more open social media ecosystem, one where outside developers could modify social media apps without fear of legal attacks, and platforms are, quote, more incentivized to behave themselves than they are to cheat. And that's it. Thanks for listening. If you like what you're hearing or would like to learn more, subscribe at EFF.org/EFFector. Did you know that EFF is a member-supported nonprofit organization? You can help us protect digital freedoms online for everyone by donating at EFF.org/effect, and even grab some of our latest member gear. Thanks for your support, and I hope you'll join us for the next issue of EFFector.